everyone, Donut here. You ever see a video on the internet where halfway through it seems like a deleted scene from a Tubi movie? You know, like a B movie, but they seem like they're making it up as it goes along, but then all of a sudden something horrible happens? Well, buckle up, because today we've got just that, with a guy who crashes into a snowbank, starts shooting at passing cars, and then starts shooting at the cops. And that's not even half of it. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but trust me, you're going to want to stick around for the end. I also would like for you to stick around for today's sponsor. Our sponsor for this video is Rocket Money. Every single person out there, including you, has a subscription to something. What if you're subscribed to something that you no longer use, you don't even know it? That's where Rocket Money comes in. It's an app that, when connected to your bank account, easily identifies every subscription that you have. I know we're all signed up to like 10 streaming services right now, so for instance, that's something that can help you save money on. It gives you an easy list of all the subscriptions that you have and helps you figure out if you want to delete them or not. Rocket Money has helped its customers save up to $740 a year when you use all of the app's premium features. They have actually helped customers save over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. They helped me find some stupid video editing service I've been paying for 3 years and didn't even notice. Not only that, they can help you set up a budget. You can create a customized budget within seconds. This app shows you where all of your money is going at all times and identifies top spending categories with insights on how you can stay within your budget better. Rocket Money is an all-in-one package to help you save tons of money a year. Right now, you can try it out for free by going to rocketmoney.com/donut or click the link in the description below and unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/donut. Let's start with an incident out of the Bronx that's got a little bit of stupid sprinkled everywhere. This all kicks off on January 12th, just before 6 p.m. in an apartment building on East 148th Street. A resident calls 911 because someone is apparently trying to yank his air conditioner out of the window. Either steal it for probably the copper wire inside or to break into the person's apartment, probably both.
It was hot in there.
You know, there's nothing quite like feeding a homeless person LSD and then telling them that their veins are made of copper. Moving on. Now, the caller only speaks Spanish, so communication is already off to a pretty rough start. It starts escalating a little bit though, because before police can even arrive, the caller grabs a butcher knife and goes outside to confront the burglar.
I'm guessing this isn't going to end well.
A couple of seconds later, police finally arrive on scene and try to find the caller. All right, let's take a second just to talk about just how this situation is. You got cops rolling up looking for the 911 caller. Caller's outside, already armed and ready to carve up a sweaty burglar. So now everyone is on edge and strapped up. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? And sure enough, as the caller heads back inside, he comes face to face with the responding officers, charging up the stairs with a big old knife in his hand. Perfect timing, huh?
Wait.
Now here's where things get messy. The officers try to get him to stop, both verbally and with hand gestures. If you remember from the 911 call, the guy doesn't really speak English, so that means that there's a good chance he has no idea what the cops are saying.
Wait.
With the resident combining that with the adrenaline rush that he has from almost confronting a burglar, he got a recipe for disaster while he's going towards police.
Wait.
The whole thing happens in a split second. As the guy moves toward them, an officer fires twice, hitting him and bringing him down right there by the mailboxes. Let's check out a better angle from the security camera footage. Here we have the man coming into the building and our officers going towards the sound. They see his knife and the fact that he is coming right towards them. One of the officers signals him to stop. He stepped a couple of more feet and that was all it took for the officers to open fire. Neighbors said the shots came fast with no time wasted. And that's pretty common when there's a knife involved. It takes less than 2 seconds for someone to cover 21 feet and seriously injure or kill you. I understand wanting to protect your property, and hell, I encourage it. This is just a sandwich all around. Cluster of the highest degree. Officers had no idea who this guy was. They were just responding to a felony in progress. They saw a dude coming at them with a knife and the officer reacted. Like every other shooting situation, the officers suddenly started administering emergency aid. EMS rushed him to Lincoln Hospital where he was stabilized. Fuck, at least the dude survived and is expected to recover. What about the burglar who started this whole mess? That's right, he just dipped.
Go! I'll hold them off!
That's right, with all the chaos from the shooting, the guy who was stealing the air conditioning unit managed to make a clean getaway. This dude needs to go to Vegas because he has one hell of a lucky streak. He managed to dodge a guy with a knife and, even more dangerous, 2 female police officers. Joking. Seriously, I can understand that some people are torn on this one. You know, cops see a guy running at them with a knife, they're gonna act pretty quickly. 'Cause getting stabbed, it sucks.
What was it like being stabbed?
It was the single most painful experience of my life.
On the other hand, it looks like it was simply a language barrier and a guy protecting his property that got him shot. Let's go ahead and move on to our next video. February 7th, 2025, Atlanta, Georgia, 5:15 p.m. What? Crime happening in Atlanta? An officer pulls over a white transport van because the person driving a 2-ton bullet was on the phone.
What's going on, boss? Officer Nuts for Atlanta Police Department. Reason for the stop, you can't be on that cell phone when you're driving. You can roll that window down for me?
Absolutely. I was on my GPS. I'm just trying to...
You got your license?
I have a picture of it.
That's it. That's literally all this was supposed to be, just a simple ticket for distracted driving. But my man is acting weird, kind of stumbling over his words. He smells like weed and looking kind of nervous for a guy who was just trying to find another YouTube video to listen to. You should go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button on those donut operator videos, right? Right?
You all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. When's the last time you smoked, boss?
It's about yesterday. I smoked yesterday, but I ain't been smoking.
Yeah, man, you all right?
No.
So with all this don't act high behavior, the cop asks if he's lying because the schnozberries taste like schnozberry.
Look, listen, in Atlanta, it's just a ticket. Now, if you lying to me, then we're going to have to go home.
I got this one.
All right, boss. Look, honesty go a long way.
Right.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. I smoked earlier.
I mean, it's a little, you know what I'm saying, a little two grams, man. This ain't nothing.
And what does he do? He hands over a tiny little Ziploc bag of weed. He's just like, yeah, man, that's all I got.
Lie detected.
Officer asks him to step out so he can search the van. And the look on his face.
All right, we're going to get you out the car. We're going to search the rest of the car, all right? All right, boss, step out for me. Step out for me.
That's when hits the fan.
Boss, stop moving. That's my last time telling you, stop. Stop.
God. We're gonna teach you.
Dude freaks out, starts twisting and pulling away from the cops. By the way, that usually doesn't work. Guess what happens next?
Stop. Get on the ground. You got nowhere to go.
On the f***ing ground.
Get on the ground. He's reaching. Stop.
Yep, a little zappy doodle. That taser hits. 'Cause when the taser works, and he goes down hard. I'm pretty sure I felt his big ass hitting the ground from here in Texas. After hitting the ground, though, he's still fighting. But officers are able to wrap him up just fine. He's probably just a little winded from walking a whole 8 feet. That's when police officers start searching the van.
Yo, it's pounds.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Dude.
What I tell you, buddy?
The police find 12.5 pounds of cocaine, 114 pounds of meth, 35 pounds of marijuana, and $73,500 in cash. This dude really handed the cop a tiny bag of weed like it was gonna hide the fact he was rolling around with an entire drug warehouse. I'm just wondering what his bosses were thinking when they're like, hey, you know that big dumbass that smokes weed all the time? How about we let him transport $73,000 in cash and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of our drugs? Nothing could happen, especially when he's driving through downtown Atlanta. Geniuses, dude. He is sitting in jail facing charges like trafficking meth, cocaine, and marijuana, obstruction, resisting arrest, and using a cell phone while driving. It's hilarious compared to everything else. While it is fun making fun of an overweight drug mule, we're gonna move on to our last video, the one everyone's been waiting for. January 13, 2025, Jennings, Missouri, 9:58 a.m. Officers in Jennings get a call about a car crash at West Florissant Avenue and Lucas and Hunt Road. But when they show up, they find a guy who's living life like he's playing on a save file. He's hitting that F5, F9, F5, F9. He's treating life like me and you treat that NPC who's being a little bit too coy for someone who's in quick save distance.
I have something else for you to look into. I'll mark it on your map.
After crashing, the driver hopped out of his car and started acting strange.
Leaving the scene at Lucas and Hunt and West Florissant, Lucas and West Florissant. Possibly now shots fired. There's a small car, male with a purple t-shirt, has a gun in his hand, is walking westbound on West Florissant in front of Buzz West Hall.
So now 911 is getting buried with calls, and rightfully so. I'd be calling the police too if I was just driving home from work and some dude randomly got his MK Ultra code activated, with most of the calls saying the guy's just walking down the road like he's just out on a stroll. A stroll we are carrying a handgun with an extended magazine and firing off shots every few steps. And that's when the chase kicks off.
801's on scene, got eyes on the tollway.
642 out.
Out with him.
PG90, notify Ferguson if you guys are ready.
Drop the gun!
Oh, notify him. I got a first precinct coming too.
Our first officer spots the guy and pulls up next to him. But instead of listening, the guy spins around and fires a shot at the officer. We call that escalation.
That escalated quickly.
Dude doesn't hit the cop or the cop car, he hits the snowbank right in front of the cop car. Let's check out that officer's body cam from the first shootout.
Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
Precinct coming too.
801, shots fired, shots fired!
So not only has dude tried to kill random people on the streets and people driving down the road, he's trying to kill cops now.
Oh, you done messed up now.
The officer fires back, but shots miss. The suspect takes off running down West Florissant with the officer in pursuit.
Running towards Ferguson! Black male, blue shirt!
But the piece of shit was moving too quick, so the officer gets an idea. If someone is faster than you on foot, what is the next best option? Meanwhile, backup arrives in a second police SUV. First officer jumps into the SUV, gets on the radio, and says, "We're gonna run him over."
Man versus car.
I mean, if you think about it, a police car is just a really slow bullet.
Losers, prove me wrong.
We're gonna run him over, run him over.
You know what? That officer who radioed that in wasn't kidding, not even a little bit. The suspect is still sprinting towards Ferguson Avenue when the police SUV closes the gap.
We're gonna run him over, run him over. You ready? Yeah. Where's he at? One more diversion.
They made that man do an accidental backflip. We gotta watch that again in slow motion. And for anyone feeling bad for the guy, which you should go ahead and unsubscribe from this channel if you are, check out this little detail. That is the handgun with the gay-ass extended magazine that he just spent half an hour trying to kill people with. Anyways, after they annihilate him with the patrol car, they rush over and cuff him. Despite the impact, the officers immediately start rendering life-saving aid, applying pressure to the wounds and calling EMS. Thank God the police were there because they were gracious enough to put a tourniquet around his neck to stop the bleeding from his head. Paramedics arrive and rush him to the hospital, but he doesn't make it. Anyways, investigators revealed later on that he had fired 10 shots at people from that dumbass gun. Officers fired back with 16 shots, none of which hit him, before the whole thing ended with a police SUV giving him that little love tap. Just a little bump, just a little boop, just a little tappa-tappa.
Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
Now, according to his family, who is pissed, the guy did have a history of mental illness, including schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. They say police could have handled things differently. Now, I would like for you to sit down and ask yourself this. If there's a guy walking down the road, regardless of what's going on up here, would you be happy if he was shooting at your family, your wife, your kids, your parents? Probably not. I think it's best just to hit him with a police car. All right, that's all I've got for you today. If you like this video, smash all the buttons that you see in front of you. Go to donutoperator.com to get some super sweet merch. Subscribe to pepperbox.tv or check out my vlog channel, Operation Donut. Until next time, please have a fantastic day.